Y'all, I got some great news. But okay, before I tell you the good news I have, the great news that I have, I do have to share. I just want to share with y'all what, I'm sorry, I know my energy shift, but I'm just so excited. I want to share with y'all what Word on Your Street is doing right now. Y'all have no idea. So before I do that, I just want to let y'all know, okay, it's a lot happening right now. Just in the world in general, it's shifting, and it's a lot to be concerned about when it comes to obviously your kids. You want to make sure you're putting your kids in a good school, your morals, your values, and to each his own. But I know for me, people would call me a conspiracy theorist and I say on my shirts too, a conspiracy theorist is someone, if it means someone, seeing what others refuse or choose not to see, then I guess that's what I am. But I know that there's an agenda, and with my children, it's challenging to navigate through the world that we're in. So that is a lot to focus on. However, there's something so much bigger to focus on right now. So, Word on Your Street. The vision came to me about 2 years ago. And the reason why it came to me is because, obviously, for those who do know me, I'm going to school to be a psychologist. And I'm trying to focus on that mainly for marriage and family counseling. God just spoke to me a little while ago, and he told me where I needed to go. And I was like, oh, why didn't I go to school for this before? People who are really close to me, they know, I like to talk, and two, I'll pour into anyone at any moment, even if it's a stranger on the street. I'll just pour into them. That's just the God in me. But anyways, so he said, in order to pay for school, because he is the ultimate provider, he gave me this vision and said, you're going to do Word on Your Street, and it's going to help pay for college. Now, granted, it wasn't just that he gave me. He did advise me. He's like, listen, don't concern yourself with who's supporting you and da-da-da-da-da. And ultimately, because if he gives you the vision, he's going to provide one, and also prosperity. Like I said, if you can find your purpose, prosperity will meet you there. You just have to find your purpose. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to hop on here. Just anytime I get a message, or anytime I in my quiet time and he speaks to me, he tells me to use this platform, because you never know what people are going through. You never know what people hear or need to hear in a moment. And that's what Word on Your Street isn't just. It's not just clothes. Don't get me wrong. I feel like that's the message, to get the word out on the street. When you don't know someone, you can still encourage them through the shirts, which is why I say they're shirts of affirmation, they're shirts of therapy, because we all know when we get in those seasons when it seems like it's stagnant, we want to make sure that we can find a solution. And sometimes it's just hearing the right person or seeing the right thing at the right time that'll shift your whole focus. But anyways, so he told me to do Word on Your Street. And when he advised me to do Word on Your Street, he said, listen, you're going to be as big as Nike, if not bigger. He was like, don't concern yourself about who's sharing. But I will tell you this, and this isn't even because I'm doing God's will in this, even to share something, honestly, you're coming in alignment with what his vision is for my life, and me fulfilling a selfless purpose, honest, because if I could give them out for free, I will. Speaking of that, the month of October, I'm going to start, I just want to show everyone that has been supporting and encouraging and just sharing or something like that. I want to show y'all I really do appreciate y'all. Not everybody has to go with you, and I thank God. I appreciate everyone that has supported me, and I thank God for I mean, I thank him for everything, but I thank him for giving me the vision, saying that, you're going to be as big as Nike. Because see, one thing I can honestly say about God is he's never lied to me. So when he tells me something, oh, I take it to the bank. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to hop on this video. I won't be too long, but that's the reason why I wanted to hop on this video. I wanted to inform you guys. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in the world right now to focus on. I get it. Including your family, but just in general, the whole system, the corrupt system. But this is what I wanted to say. This video, and this is why I was led to do this video. This video is for people who know who God is. Now, if you don't really, okay, you're gonna miss out on your blessing. And it's fine though, because I'm gonna record every blessing I get. So I'm gonna show you the faithfulness of how power it lies in faith. So I'm gonna show. But those who believe and know who God is, who the same God that got you out of that last season that you were stuck in, and you knew that it was him. I'm talking to those people. And even if you stuck in a season, I need you to hold on to what I'm saying. If God gave you a vision, go with it. The last thing you want, and this is me just being honest with you, the last thing you want is for you to leave and you're no longer here, and then God be like, well, what did you do with the time I gave you? You could be like, oh, I worked hard and I provided for my family, and I threw a little stuff in the bucket, and I go to church and I talk to people and I encourage people, and all that's good. But he says, not my will, but yours be done. You have to ask God for what his will is for your life. And because ultimately we are not our own gods. Like, God gives us the time that we have on this earth. And he's like, well, what did you do with it? Did you spend it drinking, clubbing, partying, and then church on Sundays? Like, he's going to ask you, but that's why I say, seek ye the kingdom first. All the things that you want, all the things that you desire that are in alignment with his will for you, all that's going to come to you. But he wants you to seek him for direction. So I encourage you, again, if you have a vision, go back to whatever the last thing God said to you. Hold on to that vision, take it to the bank, and start preparing. Start preparing. The people who don't have a vision, or you're like, I'm still trying to figure myself out. Find a corner space or closet time, somewhere you're not distracted, somewhere where you can literally decompress from everything and all things. That quiet time. I don't care if it's 4:00 in the morning. Find that quiet time and ask God in that moment when you're still. Ask God in that moment, Lord, what is your purpose for my life? What do you want from me to do? And then all of a sudden, you're going to start getting ideas. See, one thing I appreciate about my father, David Jonigan, is that he taught me how to hear from God. Because a lot of people have a hard time hearing from him because they don't know his voice. He said, my sheep know my voice. So I encourage you. And honestly, if y'all say I'm being too spiritual, on to the left. You don't have to watch this video. But I'm talking to the people who know who God is. Take whatever, ask him if you don't have that vision. But if he gave you a vision, take that vision. And hear me, I need you to start moving, start preparing, start being intentional. If you don't know what to do, be intentional with the time that you have to set aside, which is also you giving an offering, you're sacrificing your time to set it aside to hear from him. And stay still. Don't move until you hear from him. Don't move. Don't make no haste decisions. He needs your undivided attention. Those people who know who God is and y'all been stagnant, or y'all in faith for something and y'all like, man, God, I really take your faith, take your vision to God, see if it aligns with his. If it aligns with his, I'm telling you, you can take it to the bank. You know why I'm excited? I'm excited because the same God that was yesterday, today, and forever has always provided for me. I have never been reliant on myself. At a certain portion of my life, I was. But after I started shifting my focus and actually not only learning how to hear from God, but be obedient. See, a lot of people, they're trying to say, oh, well, Lexi, you do this and you do that. Da, 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 da. God ain't looking for nobody perfect. He looking for somebody that's willing to do his will while we still got time. And then he's going to be like, well, what did you do with my time? I'm sorry, I speak with passion because word on your street is that when God give you a word and you're like, man, that was good. Hashtag it, word on your street. It's a platform. Let God's word flow through you. Be a vessel. Speak. Hashtag word on your street. It's not just about shirts. It's not just about witnessing. It's a movement that is needed in the earth today. I love you all so much. I just want to let y'all know, like, God is good. God is faithful. I'm in faith for whatever he has in store for you. I encourage you to get aligned because let me tell you something. And that's the great news I wanted to tell y'all. God is a God that cannot lie. When you find your vision, embrace it. See, I tell people I'm rich, and I'm about to let y'all go, I promise you, but I'm just so excited. I tell people I'm rich. One, because I am. But when you think about it, what areas are you rich in? I'm rich in my health. Thank God I'm rich in my health. I'm rich in my family. My family is healthy. We secure. We have a foundation under God. But I'm rich there. I'm rich in my peace. I'm rich in my joy. I'm rich in my faith. And I'm rich in my finances. It will be manifesting soon because that God is a God that cannot lie. I love y'all. Hashtag word on your street. If you like this video, share it. Regardless, God sees it. He blesses it. And I thank you again. Be blessed, you guys. I'm sorry, you guys. I forgot to mention one thing. Wordonyastreet is coming up with a podcast soon. We're working on it. It's in the works. It's a lot that's happening in October. But we are working on me and God, are working on a podcast, and I have some great people. I wanted y'all to be a part of it. We have a YouTube channel. I keep saying weird because I'm not doing this alone. And my supportive husband. But anyways, sorry. So we have a podcast coming out. It's called Bring It to the Table. It's alignment with Word on Your Street, but I didn't want to just make it about my business. The Bring It to the Table that's going to be in alignment with Word on Your Street podcast. It's going to be a platform for those to speak. Remember, I told you, we speak in God, politician, and purpose. So politics, I said politician. But yeah, so the podcast is coming. It's going to be a platform for people. We got a couple of great people that's going to be on. And we're just going to be talking about like encouraging one another, whether it's through depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. There's a lot that's happening and we don't want to ignore that either. So, it's called Bring It to the Table. It's also a platform for you to say what God is doing in your life. And once that starts, I'll launch it. But I do want to extend it to the people that are closest to me. People on Facebook, regardless. But those closest to me in the area, because I'd love to have you. And if not, we can always do something on Zoom. But it just gives you the platform to share what God is doing in your life and any encouraging words to someone else that might, need some help in those areas as well. So, I just wanted to share that again with you guys. And if you could, and if it seems like it's going to be good to you, follow the page, like it, and subscribe. It's on YouTube, and I'll make sure that it's uploaded here as well. But thank you again. Y'all have a blessed day.
Bye.